Thank you so much for watching this on-demand session as a part of 2021 International Parent and Family Orientation, brought to you by the Office of Parent and Family Programs. Today's video will cover finding and utilizing academic support services here at UC San Diego. The purpose of today's video will be to discuss how the Teaching and Learning Commons has collaboration with other departments on campus in support of your students' academic journey, and also share resources that support students' academic transition. The first partner that I would like to introduce today is May Thatch from the International Student Programs Office.
Hi, everyone. My name is May Thatch, she, hers. I am the current program coordinator for the International Peer Coaching Program. So our program is housed outside of ISPO, the International Students and Programs Office. Our specific program, which I'll be showing as IPCP for the rest of the session, our program, we offer 7 international students who are peer coaches to first-year international students. So for our peer coaches, what they do is they work with all incoming first-year international students within each of the colleges. And so as you know, we have 7 colleges at UCSD. So your students will have one peer coach that's designated to them within their college. So some of the services that our peer coaches offer within the academic transition for your student is that they offer one-on-one peer coaching the whole year, typically at a minimum of twice per quarter, to have this one-on-one connection and one-on-one offering personalized outreach to your students. Through these personalized outreach that we offer, they are connecting our international students with other academic resources such as the TLC, which you'll learn more a little bit about. And then also, aside from that, we offer our students different skills and techniques for their academics. And then also, lastly, we also help them with how to manage their time and productivity throughout the year. Some of the other things that our peer coaches offer to our students is they lead different programming and events that are to meet the needs of your students. So a lot of times it can be academic events, it can also be social events, and of course, it can be professional building events, because these are some of the events that we saw that our students most needed. And then lastly, you can reach us and learn more about all the different services that we offer at ipeercoaching.ucsd.edu. Thank you, and Dan.
Thanks, May. I would now like to introduce Susan Rinaldi and Tricia Taylor Oliveira from the Teaching and Learning Commons.
Well, welcome, and it's so exciting to introduce myself to you all. I'm Susan, and my personal pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm representing one of 6 hubs, and my colleague Tricia, who will introduce herself shortly, is also a director for one of the other hubs. I wanted to speak briefly before we launch into the different services that we represent, is that the Teaching and Learning Commons was founded really as an initiative that our great university that you are now a part of is for student-centeredness. And it's a very holistic modeling and support services that combines both the support for students both within their courses, inside and outside, and as well as all the touch points that they see through other programming within our commons, which you'll hear from Tricia around experiential learning. So how to engage your learning from the classroom into opportunities through research and internships. These synergies of our units are also created to support and be within a framework of equity and inclusion that serves diverse student populations and our diverse faculty on campus. This is hugely important to the Teaching and Learning Commons because that is what separates a great university from those that strive to be so. And I know that you will see that once you enter UC San Diego. So without further ado, I'll let Tricia introduce herself.
Thank you, Susan. I'll be very brief and just add my welcome to the others and say I'm Tricia Taylor Oliveira, Also, as Susan mentioned, with the Teaching and Learning Commons, I am with the Academic Internship Program, which is part of our Experiential Learning Hub. So in addition to hearing about some of the supports that are available to your students to aid them in their success in the classroom, we'll have a chance to talk a little bit about some opportunities beyond the classroom that help to prepare for next steps, even beyond the university.
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about this. Well, this data here, of which it represents the Academic Achievement Hub that I oversee with other professional staff. The point here is through the whole Teaching and Learning Commons, you can see that there's a lot of students using the services. These are not services, programs that were designed for failing students. And I want to really call this out. They were designed for engaging opportunities to create a community for all learners at the UC San Diego. There are programs that you're going to hear about shortly that students begin to form friendships and also to reach outside of your unique community bubble that you'll find within your colleges and other environments. And it's a great way to expand that network. And really that's what a university for a student life should be, is a networking situation. It's where you start to learn how do you know that? How did you begin to learn this? And how did you find that resource? So these are the things that come up in these conversations, even outside of or within the programming. So one quote there you see is from our Learning Strategists program, which I'll talk to you more about, but lots of visits. This is over a whole academic year, and we continue to see that even through this past year of the pandemic. Okay, so this coming year, beginning with the fall, we support over 47 different courses in 10 different academic departments and divisions. Going to our website, which you'll see that URL at the end of this presentation, really explore that. We're across so many disciplines now that I think you'll find where you can start to build your community in any one of your majors. So let's talk about content tutoring. I'm sure I don't have to describe what tutoring is. I'm sure most students have interacted in some way with a tutor, even if it's been your peer or a friend in your former educational platform or environment over this past many years that you've been in your schooling. But we have both in-person and online tutoring. There are workshops that promote readiness for courses, or where we have unpacked information that we know are challenging points in these courses that you'll be enrolling in for fall quarter, or have enrolled in probably already. So the focus is really to deepen your learning in the content, and again, to engage with a tutor that's taken the classes and have done a lot of training in these areas. This is the benefits of tutoring. It starts with, for us, a highly trained students that have taken these classes. When you come in there, they've not only experienced the course themselves, but also now are trained to really be that professional tutor that you expect when you come into our environments. They know the content knowledge. They know where the challenger points are with that. They're able to help you see connections in the content and engage with your work in different ways that you might have not thought of possible, because there are different rigorous standards at UC San Diego that we want to help you recognize and see earlier than when you get to the test environment. And of course, I have highlighted here the inclusivity of our programming. These often hear our students say, this has been a great space. They often see the same students coming in over and over again. It becomes a small community within the students, and that's why I do want to keep calling this out, because it's very important to us. Learning strategists. Every university, every academic environment that you enter, and probably have entered, has a certain hidden curriculum. students need to begin to realize, okay, what's expected of me in these different environments? There's an expectation at UC San Diego, not unlike any other university, that the learning strategists can help you begin to understand, explore for yourselves across any course, any discipline. If I speak about time management, that's one of their key areas that they speak with a lot of students. There's courses that have different demands, and they help you start to develop skills and strategies for managing all of this. Again, the learning strategists are very flexible. They're online sessions. We do workshops for a lot of student organizations that speak to the needs directly of that community. They are personalized. The learning strategists meet with you at times that you designate are available in your schedules. There are follow-up sessions with you. They want to hold you accountable for some of the work that they've engaged you in their first or second sessions, and they help you create goals to achieve the success that you want in your course. I can't say this enough, because for a lot of students, we all think that the goal is the A. I guarantee you that after you start to explore university life, the goal really is for you, where am I going in my professional or career goals? That's what you want to take away, and that's where they're going to help you. So the A comes with that when you start to balance your goal setting. Supplemental Instruction is a peer-led study group program. If I put it that way, and you're thinking, why do I need a study group? I'm an expert learner by myself. I got to university. Of course you did. We know this. The peer leaders know this too in this environment. But guess what? They've taken the courses, they're highly trained, and they know the nuances of most of these faculty. They're going to help you be efficient in your learning and help you manage time, so that when you come in these sessions that are 80 minutes long each week, again, they're in person and or virtual. You can choose either modality, or you can do both. Maybe there's a particular course, I just need to go in here and interact with the material. Again, feel free to. They're free. All of this is free. And this is the community of learners where you really start to build friendships in your first quarter, your first year, because you will see students coming back over and over again in these courses. These are challenging courses that are supported by this program, not challenged students. And I want to say this because any student accepted at UC San Diego are exceptional. I will call this out all the time, but the university is, and our chancellor, executive vice chancellor, is investing in these programs to serve you so that you can excel in the courses. So you can see, again, a similarity. Training starts with training for our student staff, promoting attending lecture, very important. I know a lot of you think, oh, it's recorded, I don't need to do this. Trust me, you need to be in the classroom. Whether it's synchronous and it's online, or it's an actual in-person class. Promoting engagement is key to success at the beginning of your university career and through your adult life when you hit your professional goals. Engagement, you will always be doing and interacting, and you start to learn and develop those skills with your peers because they're all developing them at the same time. Inclusivity, equitable, accessible, that's the framework of our programming. So you're going to see this, as I mentioned, over and over again in our programs. The Writing Hub. I'm not the director of the Writing Hub, but I will test. Writing is not something that is to be corrected or viewed as any less of an academic program. It is that they are working with you to develop you as a writer through thinking through your statements, how to be your authentic self in your writing, and this is hugely important to them. They interact with students on all levels of writing, and whether it's the academic writing for your courses, personal statements, applications where you have to write about yourself or do a resume. These are hugely important, and they focus on those areas with you as well. You can see that their modalities, meaning They're in person, they're one-on-one, there's asynchronous, there's lots of support there. Please know, engage with them. And I'm going to say through all of this, free to you all. Please do not pay for services outside of UC San Diego. These are exceptional. They are highly trained peer writing mentors as well, have gone through a lot of development and taken the courses that you'll have as well. And then, Tricia, back to you.
All right, thank you, Susan. So I want to transition to talking a little bit about, Susan already mentioned engagement and how important that is as students are thinking about their next steps beyond. I know you're just thinking about coming into UC San Diego right now, but even from the get-go, we want to think about how are we preparing students to be successful, not only while they're here, but also beyond their time at UC San Diego. And we know, and you know, that employers, graduate schools, et cetera, wherever students are thinking their next steps will be, these folks are all looking for not only that students were successful academically in their courses, but also that they have developed some experience, they have demonstrated some skills, applied some of that knowledge. And one of the ways that they can do that, there are many ways to get involved on campus and as Susan was mentioning, develop your networks, expand skills, and get practice through on-campus settings, but through the academic internship program, we also create opportunities for students to engage off-campus. Actually, some of our opportunities are with campus-based partners, but many are with employers off-campus. And we work with students, undergraduate students of all majors. So a student can find an opportunity to gain some professional level experience or entry level experience, getting exposure to an environment that relates to their career goals, that relates to their academic goals, whether that is in a law firm, in a lab, in a corporation, in a nonprofit organization. All of these settings are open to students, and through these short-term experiences, students can go out, have the chance to build some of that experience, build their professional contacts, explore, right? That's the piece that I actually see as almost the most important. Explore their own interests, understand their own strengths, et cetera, so that they are able to use that information as they move forward to their next steps. And something that's unique about the academic internship program within the Commons is that it creates an opportunity for students to earn academic credit for internships. So you're really integrating the two, the classroom experience that you're having at UC San Diego and the exposure to that professional realm. Students work with faculty so that they have a chance to, through doing some writing or a project, really think through some of those connections. And the academic credit piece actually can be really beneficial to international students in particular, because by integrating these experience, it actually makes these internship opportunities more accessible to international students because they're integrated with the curriculum. That can sometimes help to open up those opportunities in terms of gaining the kind of work authorization that's needed, et cetera, to be able to participate. So it really gives international students, I think, a little bit of a leg up to be able to have the opportunity to bring those pieces together. And I want to just wrap up by sharing some links here to resources available to you through the Teaching and Learning Commons. We talked about the Writing Hub, so you can access links there to writing support, as well as to the learning strategists that Susan talked about. And we also want to direct you to a couple of other resources that we didn't talk about yet explicitly. One is the Keep Learning site. this was developed as we moved to remote settings, and now we're very grateful to be having the opportunity to return to campus, but know that some classes are still remote. And as we're working in multiple modalities, this has some wonderful tips for really helping students to continue to be successful in this environment, in the remote environment. Also, I just want to mention another piece of the experiential learning hub that I'm a part of is something that we call the engaged learning tools, which is a really exciting resource for students to be able to have the opportunity, the ways that they engage on campus be certified and show up on their academic transcript. So students can be involved in extracurricular, co-curricular opportunities, whether that's athletics or certain student organizations, leadership positions on campus, and that will appear on their record that they're going to share out with their employers, graduate schools, et cetera. And this is something that's pretty unique to UC San Diego. It's a relatively rare thing in the United States to have this type of record connected to the academic record. And so that's a benefit to students as well. And there's a link there where you can learn a little bit more about that. I want to, at this point, turn it back to Dan.
Thank you so much, Tricia. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, May. And thank you for watching this on-demand session as a part of 2021 International Parent and Family Orientation. Again, you can get connected with the Office of Parent and Family Programs at our website, parents.ucsd.edu. You can follow us on social media or watch any of the recordings we have for the live sessions that are taking place September 13th through the 16th for International Parent and Family Orientation. We hope to see you there live virtually, but if you are unable to make it, you can watch the recordings of those sessions next day on our YouTube channel and on our website, again, parents.ucsd.edu. Again, thank you for watching, and again, welcome to UC San Diego, and we hope to see you on campus soon.